Hey everybody. It's been a hard week in the life of Laura. I know I said I was going to talk more about my journey, and I am. But first and foremost, I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I worked for psychiatrists at a place called Raj Clinics, Doctors Kalapatapu. And on Saturday, they went down in a plane crash, and we lost both the doctors. I'm still pretty in shock, I guess is the best way to put it. Pulling closer here, I don't even know what to say on all of it. I really don't. I mean, it's hard. How do you deal with something like this? We're being told I'm sorry, this is one of my nervous habits. We're being told, it's over, go home. I don't know how to stop. I discovered when I came to that office that helping others healed a part of me. When I first began working at Raj Clinics, I was fresh out of my abusive relationship, and working in that office, helping people, looking at them and going, to ask for help is not a weakness. To admit that you need help is one of the greatest strengths you can ever show. And I applauded them, and I talked with them about it, and that office was my life. It was my home away from home. It was never just an office, it was warm. It was... People walked in, and I knew their names when they walked in. I think maybe a quarter of the patients actually knew my name, but that's okay. I wasn't worried about it. Yeah, that's my numbers. I'm writing on myself in marker to keep track of everything. Getting out there and being a part of my community helped me to really begin healing. It began the process for me of moving away from being a victim and becoming in charge of my own life. So I've been trying to post pretty routinely. I posted last Tuesday. Hoped to really give a good post tonight, but I think this is all I've got right now. I'm pretty broken. My stepson is visiting, and that means that I have to be careful. That means I have to be careful about what I say, what I do, because he doesn't deserve to have to deal with all this. But I have a support group. I have a support system, and I love them, and they've been wonderful to me. So I will post longer tomorrow. He's going to summer camp. He's out buying his lunch for that right now. Yes, I know it's late. But that's okay. When he comes to visit me, he gets to break the rules. So I'm trying not to put my hands up a lot. It's my self-soother. I sit here and go like this. Another important thing to find, but finding support. As that's the message for today. Finding people who love you, who care about you, and who are willing to be there for you no matter what. I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't have that. In my case, I have a support group that I go to. I have some very supportive family members, and my brother and my sisters and my parents. I've got a great, amazing group of very supportive friends. I call a number of them my soul sisters, and got the foster siblings, and I got lucky. Not everyone is that lucky, but sometimes the support group you have is made. You have to make it yourself, and that's okay. Find the people who love you. Find the people who want what's best for you. Find the people who look at you and say, Laura, Have you bought anything for yourself with this paycheck? Well, no, I'm covering this bill and this bill and this bill and that thing. And Laura, I want you to go pick up the thing that you just put back on the shelf that you wanted just because you wanted it, and I want you to buy it for yourself. And then when you buy it for yourself, they buy you something else to reward you. It's great. It's like a double present. I'm sorry. Like I said, nervous habit. It's been stressful. I've been fielding stuff for the last 2 days. I'm having to move all of the stuff that I own out of our office before it gets shut down, and it's nonstop. So, like I said, I will, however, take the time to stop and talk to all of you more about that beginning to come out of things period in my life. And again, if you are watching this and you are going through abuse, know that there's hope. Know that there are people who are more than willing to help. I don't have them tonight. I meant to look them up by this week, but there are crisis hotlines. And you should be able to find them pretty easily. If nothing else, you can call 911, and they will, or your police non-emergency number, and they will get you to a crisis hotline. There are always shelter houses. There's always someone who's more than willing to talk to you. Your local YWCA. Just it kind of depends on where you're at and what's available in your area. So, if you are a survivor of abuse and you feel like you are alone, please know you are not. None of us are alone. The moment that begins, I talked about, my soul sisters. You are my sisters and brothers, and not by birth, but because we've been through something similar, and our hearts match in places. So, with that said, I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to send my stepson off to science camp in the morning. I'm going to finish emptying out my office and mourning the people who really defined a lot of the last 7 years of my life. I love all of you. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Night, guys.